Good evening, everyone. This is JC here, and this is gonna be a quick response to my boy Persian version on this video he made recently entitled, "Can a fandom ruin a series?" And I've been wanting to make this video for a while now. I mean, I've wanted to address the whole fanboy fandom issue for a while because it really does need to be addressed. And his video was mostly a response to the comments he saw on uberhikari's video. Now, I haven't seen uberhikari's video yet. I'll get around to it later, but yeah, I think the main thing we all need to realize here is that fandoms are everywhere. They are everywhere. That is an absolute truth in today's world. Fandoms are everywhere. And the thing with fandoms are that all of them, to a point, have fanboys or fantards that are completely unbearable. I mean, every extremely popular franchise, whether it's manga, anime, a television show, a movie franchise, video games, etc. Every extremely popular franchise has its fair share of fanboys and fantards, and basically that whole section of a fandom that's just completely unbearable. I mean, shit. I mean, it happens. I mean, look at Star Wars and Star Trek. Look at the Star Wars and Star Trek fandom and tell me that shit is not terrible. Hell, look at the fucking gaming community and tell me that is not terrible. But the thing is, when someone says that this fandom's worser than an wait, worse is not a word. When someone says that a certain fandom is worse than another fandom, they're really not basing that on any concrete evidence. I mean, they may be basing it on their experiences, but I'm pretty sure that one person has not met every single fan in a single fandom. Now, the thing with this is that someone can't say this certain fandom is worse than another fandom. This fandom right here is worse than the other fandom because those are just people's opinions. Well, that depends on the person. For some people, yes, and for other people, no. It depends on how much you like a series. I mean, if you're just a casual fan of a certain series and you happen to communicate with other fans of that series and the fans you communicate with are completely ignorant, obnoxious tards who think their series is above all else, then yeah, it could ruin the series for you. It depends on how much you like a series and the people you communicate with. For instance, if you go onto an anime forum, or any forum in general, that's focused around a single series, then you're most likely going to see a couple of tards or a couple of fanboys who think their series is higher than another series. It's just natural. It's very natural. So yeah, if that happens, just avoid forums in general. Just avoid YouTube, the internet mostly, and pretty much hang around fans that you know are a complete tards and fanboys because you can find them. There are a lot of good fans out there that aren't Tarzan fanboys of a certain series. And the thing is, you don't have to always, interact with other fans and fanboys if you're a fan of a certain series. If you like a series and you enjoy reading it or watching it or playing it or whatever it is, then you really don't need to communicate with other people about it. I mean, you could tell people that you like a certain series and shit like that, but you don't have to go out and try to surround yourselves with these fanboys and tars and whatnot. I mean, take this for example. I'm a fan of Cowboy Bebop. Now, do I go on to Cowboy Bebop forums and shit and, talk about Cowboy Bebop all day? No, because I enjoy the series and I really don't go out of my way to discuss it with other people. That's probably just me. It's probably different for other people, but that's just me right there. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. it's not that hard. It's not that hard to avoid fanboys. It's not that hard. For some people, it could be hard, but for me and probably for some other people, it's not that hard. I mean, all you gotta do is know which forums to go to, which places on the internet to go to, and who to talk to. Now, hey, fandoms can ruin any series. You know, it mostly depends on how popular a certain series is. Like, if you have an extremely popular franchise and series that has a shit ton of fans, and you surround yourself with those fans because you want to be a part of the experience, you want to be a part of that fandom, then prepare to see a lot of fanboys and fantards. Now, you can avoid these people. Like I said, it's very easy to avoid these people. But if you're the kind of person who wants to dive into a fandom and become engrossed with that fandom, then be prepared to meet your fair share your fair share of fanboys and fantards. This goes for any series that's extremely popular. Now, like I said before, I'm repeating myself here. It's different for different people. You know, for some people, they can ignore the fanboys and shit, you know, and still enjoy a series. For some people, they can just cut themselves off from a fandom and still enjoy the series they like. For other people, it's just not that easy, and they find themselves, you know, not liking the series as much as they used to when they start to drop it altogether. Now, I understand where Persia's coming from, you know, especially when you're in the anime community. The anime community, it's full of fanboys and fantards. That's the truth. It's the truth for any community. Look at the game. Look at the gaming community. Oh my god, the gaming community is terrible. It's terrible. But I don't know what to say, guys. It depends on the type of person you are. Now, you know, some people will say this fandom's worse than that fandom, or this fandom right here is worse than the other fandom. You know, it's all opinions. But hey, if you don't want to get involved with fandoms and fanboys, simply leave the internet. I'm saying this. I'm saying this very seriously right now. Just leave the internet. And if you're the type of person who doesn't want a fandom or fanboys to ruin your series, just ignore them. Just ignore them. Like I said, it's not that hard. It's not that hard to ignore them. But I know some people want to discuss their favorite series with other people. You can do that. You just got to use your judgment and choose which people you want to discuss your series with. Now, it can be difficult because on the internet, people are very good at hiding shit. They're very good at hiding how they feel about certain franchises and stuff. You just gotta use your judgment and, you know, figure out who you want to get yourself involved with on the internet. Now, I don't want you guys to think this can mean just be a hipster, because that's not gonna happen. Even hipsters can be fanboys and fantards. Trust me, especially in the anime and manga community. especially even if something's not popular, you're bound to run into those couple of fanboys and fantards who are like, oh shit, this series is so fucking amazing, it's so good, why isn't it more popular? Why isn't it the best selling thing in the world? Oh my god. You know, fuck them. Fuck that. Fuck it. But yeah, I've been rambling on for a little bit too long, so yeah, that's just my thoughts right there. Like I said before, just to recap, a fandom can ruin a series for you. It depends on the type of person you are and how much you like a series, and you know how much you want to discuss the series with a certain fandom. It depends on you, the individual. So yeah, that's all I gotta say, people. That's all I gotta say. So yeah, this has been Master King JC. Keep on keeping on. I'll catch you guys again later. I'll probably make a video sometime next week. It depends, you know. I'm just going through some things right now, but we'll see what happens. So yeah, keep on keeping on and have a good day. Peace.